This morning I'm going to show you how to make a small, very small, reverse tuck petal with, this is fabric mesh, and they look like this. Nice and cute. You still have the little loopies on the inside. You could use the back side or the front side is what this is called. But I'm going to show you how to do that. All you need is take a 10 by 10 inch piece of mesh. I guess you could use a 10 and a half inch if that's the width of your mesh. Then cut it at 10 and a half so that you have a square. We're going to cut that 10 by 10 piece this morning into 10 by 5 and work with that piece. So let me bring you down to my cutting mat and I'll show you how to do it. Okay. All right. I'm going to take this piece of turquoise mesh and it is 10 by 10. I'm going to turn it so that my finished edges, I have finished edges on both sides. Get this in here and I'm going to cut it so that it's 10 by 5. Make sure I've got it in the right spot. I'm going to cut. I'm going to, well, first I'm going to take the hot wax off my cutting rotary tool. Let's see, we're going to go right here. I'm going to take this piece of mesh and I'm going to fold it just like I do with a large piece of mesh with the reverse tuck. I'm going to fold it in half, long ways. And again, this is actually, I think this is horizontal wide stripe mesh rather than fabric mesh after looking at it for a minute here and feeling of it. The only thing about doing these smaller petals is they're kind of hard to hold on to. You have to use they don't work as with you as well. So I'm going to use quite a few clips this morning. And that's okay. Clips are your friends. They're extra hands. Alright, I'm going to turn this over because I want this finished edge on the bottom. I'm going to take this and find my center, which is right here where my finger is. I'm going to fold it down. And you're going to have to, sometimes this doesn't want to fold straight. So you kind of have to use your thumb to kind of hold that bottom piece, this piece right here, holding it straight underneath. And once you get it there, then you can clip. I'm going to do the same on this side. Actually, I'm going to take this clip off. Let's see here. There we go. We have our little house-like shape. I'm going to flip it over so that my finished seam is on top. I have it, and these little pieces are on the bottom. I'm going to start with the outside piece here, and I'm going to fold it in up to form a triangle. And you can see all these edges, rough edges. They're not going to show, so don't worry about them. Fold this triangle right here into another triangle this way. All your raw edges should be along this finished seam right here. And then just flip it up, just like you do with the large piece of mesh. Clip it, go to the other side and do the same thing. Start at the outside corner, fold it into a triangle, like that. Fold that into a triangle. And I need to, sometimes you have to adjust. This is sticking out way too much. It's going to get in the way. Alright, those are too. There we go. Now, and then flip it up. Okay, I've got my little mountain range. See that? I'm gonna flip it, you can turn it sideways and flip the little triangles on top of each other. Alright? And working with it a little bit, because it is small and it is a little bit harder to do on your hands anyway, because it's small. I'm going to take a rubber band, actually two. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I have trouble with rubber bands. They don't like me. So I pretty much always use two. That way if one pops, I have another one. I'm going to take this and I'm going to band it. And there's my little bitty reverse tuck fold. Okay, see, I've got my two little inner petals, and I could put a zip tie right here on the back to hold that nice and pointy. All right, I could use this side if I wanted to. Anyway, there's your small reverse tuck, little bitty petals like this. And I think these would work really well on a large wreath when you're looking for a small petal. Most of the time, in the past, I would use a Star Trek petal. This particular petal has more personality, I think, and versatility, since you could use the back side too. So anyway, let's do it again, just to make sure you've got it. We'll take our 10 by 5 inch piece, and we fold it in half lengthwise, matching up our sides as best we can. Tell you what, this mesh doesn't want to play right. It's very flimsy, I guess is the word. It wants to just do its own thing. All right, I'm going to clip there. I've got my finished edge. I've got a finished edge here and one here. All right, I'm going to find the center right here. I'm going to fold it down, making sure that this is straight underneath. I know you can't, you probably can't see this on camera, but I can see right here that just doesn't. I'm going to kind of play with that a little bit to make sure that this is straight and not angled down. Okay, I'm going to clip that. I'm going to take this one off so that it's not in the way. Alright, there we go. And I have my little house. I think I'm going to clip this. Sometimes you have to adjust. Now, we have this. I'm going to flip it over so that our finished edge, our factory edge, is on top. We're going to start on the outside corner right here. I start with the right because I'm right-handed. Fold it up into a triangle right here. Fold that into a triangle. This one doesn't want to play. Let's see here. There we go. And you see all that right here? I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim that off too. Sometimes, like I said, you have to adjust. So don't be afraid to cut off some of this. It's not going to hurt your petal any, and it'll get it out of the way. There you go. I've got this little bitty triangle here. Flip that up. Flip it up. And then clip that to hold it in place. Let's go to the other side. Take your outside corner, flip it up, matching your seams here. You have this little triangle left. Let's take this raw edge corner here and fold it up so that we have a nice pretty triangle, and flip that up. Alright, we have a very crookedy looking mountain range. Like I said, this mesh is not wanting to do right, but I like the color. So alright, I'm going to take my finger and put it here and flip this over on itself so that my two little triangles right here are touching on top of each other. Try to keep them even. Okay, take off my clips, and I might want to go ahead and clip that so that I can get my rubber bands and that it doesn't come apart while I'm getting them. And then I'm going to work with this just a tad before I rubber band it. Just a tad. Okay. And when you rubber band, just make sure that you're covering up all those raw edges. You don't want those showing. So make sure that you grab all those. Make sure that they're underneath the rubber band. Okay. There we go. I'm going to be putting together a wreath this afternoon, and I'm going to be using the small petal, and I may come back and show you what I've done. Again, thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, please leave them in the leave your comments in the comments section. Again, thank you very much. It's Laura Grisham, Laura Grisham Designs. I'm also on Facebook. I'd love for you to join my Facebook page. We'll see you later. Bye.